Well, thank you, Michael. Of course, we're at the Lee Funeral Home where the body of the late Nyeri governor arrived about an hour ago. A somber mood, of course, has engulfed this place since, and of course, there's a huge number of people who have come to possibly get a glimpse and be able to view the body of Nderitu Gachangua, who passed away at a London hospital. So I'll just move out of the shot just a bit so that you can be able to see the crowd that is here at the Lee Funeral Home, who, of course, some of these people arrived here as early as 6 a.m. this morning. But of course, the body of the late governor has since arrived here, and we've been made to understand that it is being prepared so that possibly it can be viewed. Most of the family members are here, and when we arrived, some of the members were family members exclusively were being allowed into the funeral home to view the body. The public has not yet been allowed to view the body, but we've been made to understand that perhaps that will be done in a few minutes' time. But of course, we've been made to understand as well that there'll be no service that will be taking place here. It will only be prayers, after which the family members will disperse to their respective homes in preparation of the burial that is supposed to be taking place in Madira constituency on Monday, as per the request of the late governor, who wanted to be buried next to his father in Hiriga village in Madira constituency, the same constituency where the late governor did represent a while ago, most recently between 2007 and 2013, where he was the member of parliament before becoming Nyeri governor in 2013. So as it stands, a sizable crowd, about 200, 300 people are here, some with banners, but most of them have actually lined up hoping that they'll get a chance to view the body of late governor. So many governors have accompanied the body from all the way from the airport when it arrived at around 5:30 in the morning up to the Lee Funeral Home. We've been able to spot Kiambu Governor William Kabogo, as well as Marsabit Governor, as well as the Marsabit governor, as well as the Migori governor, Okoth Obado, who are, of course, a part of the flag, the pallbearers who carried the casket out from the plane into the hearse that brought it here. So as it stands, from where I am, the family members, we cannot be able to see them. They've since moved inside. But of course, the crowd that is outside here is growing by the minute. Very limited number of people allowed into the funeral home as it is. And of course, a short prayer was conducted once the body arrived. And right now, the body was being prepared for viewing. Right now, there's somebody issuing instructions. We're a bit far away, we couldn't hear as it is, but the members of the public have not yet been allowed to view the body, Michael.
You mentioned so many people have come out this morning, about 200 to 300 people to view the body. Have you been able to speak to some of them? Most of them, I understand, are residents of Nyeri County. What do they have to say about Nderitu Gachangua, and why are they here this morning?
Well, the few that I was able to speak to, of course, declined to talk on camera, but they had said that they were here because they respected the legacy that the late Nderitu Gachangua represented. And of course, he made history as being the first elected governor of Nyeri County. So most of them had come here just to pay honors to the kind of leader that he was and the kind of person that he was. He was a politician who had played a big role in Nyeri County, even before the formation of the county governments. And some of the residents who came here came out of respect and out of really paying homage to the kind of person that Nderitu Gachangua was. But of course, most of them are, as understandably so, most of them are in grieving and really didn't want to engage so much. But of course, most of them came here early. And patiently waiting, so to speak. As I say, they had come as early as 6 a.m., but up to now, it's close to 8 p.m. right now. They have not yet been allowed to view the body, but nonetheless, they remain calm. They remain organized and lined up. Hopefully, they will get a chance to view the body, and of course, they've been patient long enough, but just pays homage to the kind of person that Honorable Nderito Gachangua was, to consider that residents can come all the way from Nyeri as early as 6 a.m. to Nairobi to await and get a chance to perhaps view his body for the last time before he's buried on Monday. Paints a picture of the kind of leader that the fallen governor was to the residents of Nyeri County, and of course to this nation as a whole, considering the number of political figures that we've been able to see here at the Lee Funeral Home since the body arrived in the morning, including members of parliament from Nyeri County as well, Michelle.
What's the way forward now, Timothy? Like you mentioned, there won't be a lot, much viewing of the body going on after here. What's the next plan?
Well, we are supposed to be getting information from the family spokesperson, that is Nderito Gachangua's older brother, Rigathi Gachangua, who is supposed, of course, to be issuing the way forward in regards to what the family will do from here. We are yet to get that communication from the brother of the late governor, but as it is, we have been told that there'll be no service here at the Lee Funeral Home. It will just be a short prayer per se, as well as viewing of the body, and after that they shall be dispersing to their homes in preparation of a service, an official requiem mass that is going to be taking place at Nyeri County in a few short days ahead of the funeral that is expected to take place on Monday in Rigathi village in Mathira constituency, as per the request of the late governor. As I had mentioned, that he had expressed his desire to be buried next to his father, and of course the family is keen on ensuring that final request is actually materializes. But as it is, little communication coming from the family, but of course it's really the preliminary stage. The body has just arrived, and of course the family needs time to grieve privately before they can issue a directive and a way forward in regards to what next for the final send-off of the former governor, Michelle.
All right, Timothy, and of course you've brought in a very sensitive aspect of the whole thing, and this is the family. And of course, this is a public viewing. There's so many people, but is there somebody who's possibly standing with the family? Because I believe, like now, Margaret Karungaro, the wife, must be having it a very difficult time, given that this is the first time that we have the body arriving in Kenya.
Yes, indeed, and not only for the immediate family, we were able to see the extended family members. Most of them were sobbing and weeping in the background at the side. Of course, it's a really trying time, and of course, for a family member to die abroad, coming back home, as you can imagine, the reality hits home pretty hard. So it's really a hard time for not only the residents of Nyeri County, not only the citizens of Kenya, but most importantly for the immediate family members, the people who shared their lives with the 64-year-old over the last number of years. And of course, those who walked with him in this journey in the fight against cancer in which he succumbed to. So we were able to see very emotional family members when we arrived here. About 3-4 people were actually crying, but they were being comforted by the immediate family members. So as it is, the family has remained really cagey with the information, but understandably so, because it's a trying time. So hopefully as the day progresses, we'll be able to get a clearer communication and a clearer picture of which steps or which processes will be taking place from now up to Monday, when he will be finally laid to rest. But as it is, the family is right now inside, and they've been allowed to view the body. Possibly the public here will be allowed to do the same. They have been patiently waiting, but of course that will depend on if the family will be willing to allow that to happen as it is. The body has just arrived, and of course the reality is hitting home, and it's really a trying time. But the support system and the support mechanisms and the outpouring of support that they have received surely will most likely give them strength to move forward. We have seen not less than 7 governors arriving here, not less than 5 members of parliament from Nyeri County who are standing with in strength, in prayer, and of course giving a shoulder to lean on as it is, Michael.
All right, and Timothy, it looks from the pictures we can see behind you, it looks like the flow is quite efficient. There are quite a number of people going. Do we still have many people that possibly have not been able to view the body? And this, of course, is because we can see that the queue is moving pretty fast.
Well, not so many people have not yet been able to view the body. I'm trying to survey the area around me here. Not so many people have not yet been allowed. And as you've aptly mentioned, Michael, it appears the public have now been allowed to view the body in an orderly manner from the vantage point where I am. And of course, they're lining up and moving in. We can hear some hymns being sung there in the traditional Kikuyu hymns being sung, hymns of send-off. But as is, the members of the public, most of whom are residents of Nyeri County, might I add, have finally been allowed to view the body very quickly. But of course, they are not being allowed to enter all at once. They are getting into intervals of, I'm seeing about 10 people being allowed at a time. Then after the 10 have left, another 10 are allowed to enter to view the body as is. So as you can see, the line is really moving. It's an organized line. And of course, as I had mentioned, most of these people have been standing in this line for nearly 2 to 3 hours. So it comes as a relief and for them to be able to be allowed to view the body. But as is, it's a somber moment, as is from where we are here, Michael.
All right, Timothy Otieno there reporting from Lee Funeral Home, where the late Governor for Nyeri, Gachangua, arrived earlier on. And currently what's going on is the viewing of the body. And